Okay, so in this tutorial, basically in the last tutorial we finished the torso, or we made a base for the torso. In this tutorial I'm going to just touch up the torso really quick, and then I'm actually going to jump into creating some pants and legs, or shorts and legs, for our character, depending on what we want to do. Probably we'll go with shorts, just so you can see that we're making legs underneath them as well, and I'll be able to show you both techniques to make clothing and also to make the actual leg itself. I kind of just want to play around with these vertices here. I'm clicking, shift, double clicking, and I just want to make it look more natural. There we go. That looks a lot more natural for a t-shirt. It's not really puffed out up there anymore, but this kind of doesn't look more natural. So if I select this and I just sort of scale it in the Z, it looked really puffed out, like as if the t-shirt didn't fit him, which I guess he's a zombie, so I guess he could be wearing like some baggy clothes. Right click, go to object mode. So the next step is to create another cube. Again, we're box modeling, so most of our stuff starts out with cubes. And I want to smooth this out, round it out a little bit. And I don't really need to add any more geometry than this. I'm going to pull it in the X direction. And then so I'll hit R on my keyboard to pull up the scale tool. Pull this up here. Alright, so I want to make these shorts here, and I just want to go to vertex. I want to select this vertex, upper vertex. I want to push it in. I'll push these vertices down a little bit too by selecting them. Just push them down a little bit. Go back to face. Control E to extrude. Oops. You want to extrude only when you have all four selected. So see what happens if we smooth mesh preview. Okay, there already was the extrusion. I'll just keep hitting Control Z until, okay, there we go. So no more extrusion. So face, select these four, Control E to extrude, push it down, scale it in, hit 3 on the keyboard, okay. I want to extrude this up again, sort of like a waistline. Then I'll just pull that out a little bit, scale it out a little bit from the middle there. Now I'm going to select this, pull it up. Okay, you'll see that we're going to have to scale this up from the middle to make these shorts actually fit them a little bit. Now those are looking like really big shorts, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep them small, we'll work on them, and then we'll just have to work on integrating this waistline. So one way I could handle this is we can make a little bit of his body show here. The way we're going to do this is we'll just remember when we in the last few tutorials we had made this this sort of bottom of the t-shirt. Well, in here a good way to fake this is actually to just extrude this and pull it down as though this were his body. So this is actually a really good technique. Hit 1 on the keyboard. We want to make this more square, so we're going to insert an edge loop here. We want to make sure that we're dropping in. Okay, yeah, it's dropping in an even edge loop. We want to do it relative distance so that we really have control over putting it closest to the bottom there. Just double click on this tool to open up the options when you need to, and then hit 3 on the keyboard. That looks kind of like his body, because now what we can do is we can put the shorts back in. So we don't have to deal with the collisions between the t-shirt and the shorts. We just have to now worry about his body fitting in there. And what we could do is we could select these 4 bottom faces, or actually we could select this whole group of faces here. Just not this upper ones, but I just want to select these lower ones. And we can just scale it in just a tad, right? He's a zombie, so he might be kind of bony. If he's been decaying for a while. And then we could just put these shorts here, so it's perfectly normal. We could deform the geometry a little bit more than we could if we were doing a very realistic character model, especially the fact that we're going low poly and unrealistic. It's not expected that we have a perfect representation of what this would look like. I'm just noticing now that this, for some reason, this face here might have been selected. I'm hitting Control Z. I kind of want to see where this face on the back here was actually. So okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to, this face on the back here must have been extruded or accidentally pulled. I'm just going to pull that back in. Yeah, it was extruded. One way you could deal with this, hit 1 on your keyboard. If you accidentally made a face like this, like I did, shift double click these surrounding edges and delete that middle edge. And now we're just going to fill the hole. So right click, go to edge, click one edge, shift double click the other another adjacent edge, and now go to mesh fill hole, and we'll just fill that hole up. Now our mesh is fixed again. You know, if we hit the 3 key to smooth mesh preview, it looks normal and natural again. So what I was going to do was, before I hit Control Z, I had actually narrowed this down, but if you're following me and you didn't make that mistake, then you don't need to redo it. Just pull this up right here. Okay. So now we want to sort of shape the shorts. So what we could do is we could kind of look at it and say, okay, this half of the shorts and this half of the shorts, you know, so this half will be left, this half will be right. So I'm going to hit one on my keyboard, Control R, and I just want to drop in 2 edge loops close to the middle here, just so we have some sort of separation. We don't want to just start extruding stuff and not have a separation, because we could run into issues. If we hit 3 on our keyboard and go back to actually object mode, if we get off of that tool and hit 3, you can see that we're already shaping these shorts. In the next video, we'll finish up the shorts and we'll start working on the legs.